I'm Hannah.
And I'm Addi, and we're the hosts of the podcast, His Will, Your Life.
Our podcast aims to share a Christian perspective on the issues facing our world today.
Today's episode, we'll be watching our bloopers from season 1. So we decided to do a fun first part of our 3-part finale for you guys, because we also want to show you we're human too. We do make mistakes, and we can laugh over those mistakes. They're really funny. And we did lose the footage from episodes 1 through 3, so that will not be included today. But if you watch episodes 4 through 7, you will be seeing some of our worst, some of our funniest mistakes from that, and our reactions to that, and our little stories that go along with them.
Absolutely. In our defense, 1 through 3, we were a lot better. We didn't have many mistakes. I don't know about you, but
I think we only messed up once.
Yeah, I was scared to make mistakes at the beginning. I was like, no.
Yeah, we both were, and then we just kind of let loose, and then all the mistakes came, and with that came a lot of laughs.
Definitely. Right. So let's get started with the bloopers. Highlighted this time.
Okay. All right. You start?
Am I starting? Okay. Sorry.
Yeah, it's okay.
Hi, my name is Hannah.
And my name is Addi, and we're the We'll try this again.
Hi, my name is Hannah.
And my name is Addi, and we are the hosts of the podcast, His Will, Your Life.
Our podcast aims to share a Christian perspective about the issues facing our world today. Similar to...
Today's episode...
Sorry. I'm so sorry.
Every time we film an intro, one of us speaks over the other at some point.
Maybe we're both done now. Hey, at least it wasn't like halfway through. Without fail. The first one, maybe. I think every time since then, we've had an issue with talking over each other.
Or because we both get lost.
Or messing up. Like one of them, I just completely cut you off and started mine. It's just like...
Yeah, I mean, because you guys don't know, but we do write an outline and a script each week for these episodes. And there's a part for our intro and our outro. So we know when we're supposed to speak, or at least we're supposed to, but we always mess it up anyways. And it's just, I guess it's started to become this, like, long-time joke of, like, who's going to mess up in the intro and who's going to mess up in the outro.
Definitely.
Because that happens every time.
And then with the outro, it's even harder because usually one person stops and then the next person starts. So you just have to be like, are you done? Can I do that? At least really I do that every time.
Yeah, it's always really awkward because they're just like, are you done? Do you have anything else to say? And then it's like, thank you for watching His Will.
We always have an awkward...
Really awkward, like, 3-5 seconds.
Yeah, there's always a little silence right there that we have to cut out.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. That would be bad.
Get it out early. All right. I'll wait for you to talk this time, I promise. Hi. Like this one.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was supposed to conclude. Thank you very much.
It's not going to do anything I tell it to. So. Okay. Let me wait for this to go away. Okay. I'm sorry. We'll cut it out. Are you done? You want me to conclude?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
You can close out.
You can see my Legos. I think it's fine though. Pretty sure you can still see Legos, but...
Probably.
Hi, my name...
If Esther hadn't been given to Mordecai, the Jews wouldn't have been treated right. No, it's probably not Mordecai.
Oh, no, it is.
It is? Okay. Alright, I don't want to mess that up. We'll have to cut this out, but it's okay. That's the way it used to be. So...
Sorry, do you want to do your verses first, or do you want me to do mine?
Oh, I'll do mine first if you want. Okay. Alright, so my first verse...
I'm going to apply to all of them the same way still. And... I had something else and I lost it. Oh. And one other thing that I want to say is
Alright, you're closing. I accidentally forgot to edit out teenage pregnancy and stuff.
Yeah, sorry.
It's okay.
Thank you. I laugh at it now, but I constantly forget where I'm going. I'm like, give me a minute.
And there's usually something wrong. Like, I don't know if you guys saw, but I was wearing like a short sleeve sweatshirt on one of them. I think it was after the Afghanistan episode, whatever that episode is. Somebody comment down below what episode that is, 'cause I don't remember right now. But I was so tired that day. And I remember Anna was giving her verses and very good statistics and everything. And I was just like, and I'm pretty sure if we look at the footage, it's just me being tired and Hannah giving like a good speech and everything.
I know Afghanistan was 2. The second one?
No.
Because that's the one I messed up so bad that we had to start over. I had so many statistics and I ran out of breath for no reason. I have no excuse. And we had to completely start over and refilm everything.
She had like a whole page and a half of statistics, and I was like, I don't know how she's gonna get through this, but whatever floats your boat.
I did in the first time, and I was like, just in my head, I was like, keep going, just get it over with. And then finally, I was like, I can't. And then the second time it was.
And I was like, we both messed up. Why don't we just restart?
Yeah, and then the second time it was perfect. So I don't know what happened.
Yeah, we both messed up that episode. That one. You guys are seeing a pretty good version of that because we had a really bad one before that with a lot of editing to do.
Yeah.
So, that's a funny story about that.
Yeah. There's also, I wanted to mention, in the first episode, there's a part, you're talking and you can see me too. It's not one where we're zoomed in on one person. And you're talking and out of nowhere, I just flinch really hard. And the office that I'm in right now, there's a gate outside, and it was really, really windy that day, and the gate was open, and it slammed closed really hard, and I saw the wind blowing, and I just didn't realize what it was at first. I was like, somebody's gonna think that I'm like, that there's something in here with me, because I flinched so hard.
I didn't even see that or notice it, to be honest. I'll have to go back and find that. If somebody wants to make a meme of that, please go ahead and do that. I'm sure there's probably something where I do something stupid as well in one of our videos. I think actually in our educational backgrounds video, it was back when we didn't watch the videos before we edited them. Now we watch the videos before we edit them. But we didn't do it. So we would write down notes after each episode what we messed up and then edit that out. And I think we forgot to do one part in the educational episode where I just completely messed up a sentence. And of course it was an episode where my parents were like, why don't we put it on the TV and watch it together as a family? And I flubbed up bad, and they were like, do you watch the episode? And I said, no.
Hey, we learned our lesson.
Yeah, exactly. We've learned a lot doing this, so I think that just shows we're human too. We're still students. We're still in high school, and we make mistakes.
Definitely, there's probably going to be some in here, and like you said, maybe we'll leave them, maybe we don't, because there was a few minutes earlier where I was talking about absolute nonsense, so, yeah. Which happens a lot. I make a lot of comments that are completely unnecessary, and we edit a lot out. And it's usually my fault.
For me too. I get like too into my rants, and then it just gets like ultra political, which you try not to do. So I'm just like, okay, edit that out. We don't need to hear about that.
I think that's only happened once.
Yeah, but it was really bad. It was, I think, what episode was that? Abortion.
It was abortion, yeah.
It was abortion. I just went off in this horrible rant, I think about Biden or Trump or something. And it was so bad, and it was ravaging, and I was like, just edit this out, because it's so bad.
Yeah, it was that one. For a second I thought it was Afghanistan, but I think we left that one in, because it went with that. The abortion, yeah. We kind of just started talking about Biden, not abortion anymore. Like, okay, maybe
exactly.
We should.
We got a little sidetracked, but, that happens.
It's fine. Better than the comments I make. I'm like, I have no idea where we are.
I know.
Because I won't think about it. I'll just say it out loud. I'll be like, I had one of the bloopers. I was like, I had something else to say and I forgot.
And that's okay.
Yeah. It makes for great blooper videos.
It does. We're probably gonna have so many more for season 2, which you guys should get excited right now because it's gonna be all Christmas themed. So it's gonna be a shorter season with the same amount of episodes, but it's gonna be all Christmas. And those bloopers, I bet you they're gonna be hilarious.
Oh, they're gonna be great. Probably gonna be a couple where I just like start singing Jingle Bells or something. Because ask anybody in my family, I have a horrible habit of just singing Jingle Bells. It doesn't even have to be Christmas. I did it in the middle of July once. We were sitting in a restaurant somewhere, and I just started singing it. And I was like, okay, whatever. We're used to it.
Like a really bad Christmas pun. Like, oh, that's as believable as Frosty and Rudolph.
I'm like, I say we leave in the puns. Puns are great.
Yeah, the puns are pretty good.
When I start messing up.
We both do it. It's when I get into my stares or my rants. Either of the two. That's when it gets interesting.
And speaking of like facial expressions that we have to cut out, that's part of the reason we started zooming in when the other one's talking, because the facial expressions the other one's make, especially with the statistics. When one of us is presenting statistics and the other one's just like, or makes a face when one surprises them, they're like, I did that so many times with the divorce episode. I watched that video and edited it. Just like everyone that you said, I was like you could tell the ones I knew were true too. I was like,
yeah. It's always so awkward because the other person's talking like, I don't know how to react, what to do with my face, which is why I just start thinking about like what I have to do after the episode, and then I get so lost that when Hannah ends usually, I'm just like, oh right, I'm filming. Hold on. Let me get back here to this, and then we'll resume.
I've done that a few times, just completely zoned out on accident and just been like, is she still talking?
Yeah, exactly. I think that was the divorce episode for me. I was just so tired. I had taken one of my finals the day before, and I was just exhausted. And I just remember you did your statistics, and I was like, great statistics.
And see, that's also one thing as anybody who's watched the episodes knows, we discuss stuff after we say it. So whether it's statistics or the other person's Bible verses, and sometimes it's just really hard to not just say those are great and move on, because there's only so much you can say. Watch every episode in order, and you'll see every time Addi finishes her Bible verse, I go, those are great verses. Never feel that. Always, or I'll say definitely. Add the definitely occasionally. Definitely good verses.
Definitely good verses.
And that's another running joke between us. It's like anything we say, we're like, definitely good.
Yeah, it's like I also do when I do the watching of the episodes, I write editor's notes where I'll just like write down what I have to focus on for the next episode, and if Hannah makes mistakes, which she rarely does because she's amazing. Well, Hannah says no, I'm not. Yeah, I'll have like, okay, look up more, look in the camera more for me. And then I'll get to the Bible verse, and I'm like, yeah, great job in her section, everything, good presentation. And then they'll get to the end of my verses, and she'll go, definitely good verses. And I write down every time something else besides good verses. There has to be something else to say.
There does, and I just can't figure out what it is, because and occasionally I'll have an idea. I'll be like, point out this one specific part of this verse, and I'm like, definitely good verses, but like, no, just skip that part. Skip to the I want to point out.
Yeah, that's what I always try to do, because otherwise we're gonna all just get stuck saying every single time, definitely good verses, great choices.
Yeah,
that's one I usually use. I say great choices. They're very fitting.
We should just make a compilation of us being like, good verses. Definitely.
Yeah, comment below if you want a video of that instead of Bloopers real for next season, or both, or. Hopefully
it'll be better next season. Hopefully I won't say it as much.
Yeah, we'll see, because like our next season is still, that you guys are probably interested, but it's still roughly planned. We haven't gotten there yet because we're gonna have like a little bit of time between now and Halloween, because Halloween we're gonna do the second part of our season finale, which will be Christians on Halloween. Definitely look forward to that video. But the Christmas season, we don't have a lot planned right now. We had a good idea, but it got a little dark. So, if you guys have any suggestions that you want that don't have to do with reading Luke every single day and doing the nativity story, because let's face it, that is good, but we want to do something different for you guys. So if you have any suggestions for that, put them in the comments, send DMs to our Instagram. We're constantly checking on both. So definitely give us good suggestions on those.
Absolutely. Like you said, we're trying not to just do it's not boring story, but just listening to somebody read Luke 2 when it's kind of probably what you're hearing at church at that point in the year anyways. But then we also don't want to be like something that's gonna, like, I don't even know how to explain it.
Life.
Yes. If you understand what she said, that's what we don't want to do. So we're trying to figure out, like, something that is good, but also not just kind of boring. I think that's the best word to explain it. I wouldn't listen to somebody read Luke 2 for 30 minutes.
No, I wouldn't either. We always try to form our videos around what would we watch on YouTube, which is why we do come out with some bangers, like our abortion episode. Like, I would watch the abortion episode. That was my suggested. But, other times we do miss the mark. Like, I don't, personally, my least favorite episode of the season was our educational backgrounds, because I feel like we just placed it randomly in the season. I don't know. Maybe that's just me.
It was, mine was boring. Yours was great. Mine was just like, yeah, I went to school and then I didn't go there anymore. Just like,
yeah, I mean, it was also hard to draw the line of what like what's appropriate to say and what isn't appropriate to say.
Yeah, because and also you have to think about, like, we don't want to just like say the names of the schools because there's privacy reasons and stuff. It's just like, how do I say this without offending everybody that I used to go to school with or all of the teachers there? Not that I had like any horror stories that were going to get anybody in trouble, but it's just like, I don't want to make anybody that does go there or work there feel uncomfortable or like disappointed with how I'm talking about it.
Yeah, and like there's still schools and everything, and they are businesses, which means they could have a right to sue us if we had done that. I definitely looked into the legalities of that before I was going to say to you, like, let's include the names of the schools, because I was thinking about that, but I looked it up and I was like, legally, this would not be a smart decision for us to go forward with. Yeah. So we didn't do that for a reason, and we won't do that for a reason. But I mean, that was my personal least favorite. What about yours? What was your least favorite episode of the season?
That one is probably one of my least favorites. There was, I like the divorce one. I just feel like the way that I told my story was like, I was trying not to go into details or like, because I didn't want to, I don't even know how to explain it. I didn't feel like details would help any. So it was just like the vaguest thing that I could have said. I was like, yeah, my parents got divorced and some stuff happened. And it's like, I could have done better. But I do think that if there was one that I wouldn't watch again, it'd be the educational one. Which is interesting because I know that we're both kind of thinking about doing one about college. And I feel like that one's going to be a lot different, a lot better because, with college, there's more to talk about for one. And it's different because, we haven't been there yet. We don't have, like, necessarily any bad experiences with college. I know we've both done dual enrollment. I'm sure we have some things that we could talk about. But I feel like the college one's going to be more interesting because it's also going to be a lot about the application process, which a lot of other people are probably interested in hearing application processes for different schools.
Yeah, and like, I know most of you probably don't know this, but Hannah's older than me. So she's going to be going off to college next year, which is awesome because we're both going to go to the same college eventually. But it also will give you, I think, two different perspectives of college, of like one applying and one who's going to the same college. And like other colleges too, because I'm not going to be just applying to Liberty. No offense, Liberty, I need to have backups. But it'll give two different perspectives about that. And I don't know personally, we're gonna have to cover it in the college episode and think about it, but I don't know if applying to colleges on the West Coast versus the East Coast is different.
See, I don't really know either because I'm not really planning to apply to any out here.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, the furthest west I'm applying at the moment is Texas. And I feel like that's more like applying in the South. Because personally, I don't want to stay in California. I considered Stanford for a few months, and I was like, I'd honestly, even if I do go for law, I'd rather go somewhere not in California. Because, I mean, I'm not planning to stay here forever. So it seems like, getting out for college and then just staying out seems kind of like the easiest route to me. But we could definitely talk about it, because...
Yeah, we'll have to plan that for the 3rd season.
Yeah.
Definitely. Tell us if you have any other things you want to hear in the 3rd season, because we have no clue. We have a clue a little bit of what we're doing for the 2nd season. 3rd season, we have nothing planned so far.
The 3rd season, we've got, the one idea, talking about Liberty or LUOA graduation when I go, and then college. That's all we've got.
Yeah, exactly. That's what we've got. Yep. So definitely give some suggestions for that. Tell us if you liked this season with talking about, what would I say? It is ravishing ideas that are occurring today. That's not the right word. We'll edit in what the right word is. But there's a word for it. Things that are happening in the world today and the Christian's perspective on that, if you like that, or if you want to hear more of a devotional thing, because we can try that out in the 3rd season as well. I know I wouldn't watch it, but maybe you guys wouldn't watch it. So we're up for options, right?
Yeah, for sure. Because I've got no ideas.
Yeah, exactly. Me either. We kind of came up with really good ideas for this season, and now I think we're running out a little bit.
You came up with all the ideas for this season. You were like, the very first time we talked about it, you're like, do you have any ideas? I'm like, no. But yours sound great. I don't.
That's true. I forgot about that. We just sat down and you were like, yeah, I want to do the podcast with you. I was like, cool. Do you have any ideas for our 1st season? You're like, not really. No.
No.
Okay, well, I have a few. And every time I said one, that works. That's a good idea.
Yeah, I mean, first off, if I hadn't agreed with one, I just want to put this out there. If you'd said one that I didn't like, I'd have been like, no. Just want to throw it out there that I did not just agree with them all because she said them. I would have turned down any that I didn't like.
Yeah.
But also I just had no ideas. The only I still don't have any. If you ask me now, right now you're like, I want to do one more this season. I feel like, cool. What do you want to do?
Exactly. And we have, so the way the rest of the season's gonna go, so you guys know, and also to explain why we're kind of struggling a little bit, is next week I'll be letting out a personal episode about wow, if you're watching a real life blooper, about being single in love and relationships as a Christian. And then Hannah's gonna let out an episode on fitness as Christians.
Yeah, that's the plan.
Yeah, fitness as Christians. Then it'll probably be Halloween, and we'll do our Christians on Halloween episode. And then I'll have another episode. I'm personally going to do kindness and respect to people. That's going to be my episode idea. I think Hannah's still brainstorming, which is really cool.
If you have any ideas, send me a DM on Instagram, because I've got 2 ideas, and I'm like, I'm not really feeling them. So, I mean, it can be
definitely send Hannah and I ideas for our personal episodes.
Yeah, I mean, it can just be some random question you have, and I can stretch out the answer for 20 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. And then, I think we'll have our Thanksgiving episode, which I don't know if you guys have ever watched them on YouTube, but we're thinking of doing, a Thanksgiving mukbang, or whatever it's called. Mukbang. I don't know what it's called. We'll edit it in at the bottom here. Yeah. Basically, where you eat food and talk the whole time. So we're planning on doing that. Probably, I don't know, over the weekend after Thanksgiving or something. We'll figure it out, but it'll be a lot of fun. That episode, that'll be our season 1 finale, and then we'll start the season 2 Christmas edition,
which I'm so
very excited for. Thanks for watching His Will Your Life today.
We send our thoughts and prayers out to all of you, and remember to press the like and subscribe button.
See you next time on His Will Your Life.
One last blooper. We never get that right.
Nope.